beautiful beings. Welcome back to my corner of the earth. I am Shalicia Earth. Thank you for joining me. Hi to all of my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your support thus far. And welcome to all of my new subscribers. Or if you're watching and you are not subscribed, please go ahead and like, subscribe, share this video, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of my future uploads, and join me on this tiny loc journey. And as I love to say, please stay a while. So I am officially 4 months locked. I arrived at 4 months on. I have some notes that I took so that I can touch every topic in this video. So I arrived at my 4-month mark on the 5th of September. In my previous video, I shared with you all that I was going to be traveling on vacation for my birthday, and I had a wonderful time. As I mentioned, I did a lot of swimming, and so my hair had the ability to get familiar with the salt water, and it just was really great. I really enjoyed allowing for myself not to have to worry about my hairstyle. That's number one. I just got up in the mornings and I was out in the sun, I was at the beach, and I did not have to worry about my hair. So I really enjoyed that. And just being able to have the freeness of just like not worrying about my hair and just being able to freely swim in the ocean, freely get my hair wet. I really enjoyed that, and I believe that my hair enjoyed it as well. Today is the 19th, and so I am 4 months and 2 weeks locked as of today. A couple of things that I want to share with you all is, one, my experience with swimming with my hair. I mentioned in my last video, and I'm gonna, as always, include some videos in this video for reference. And so, as I mentioned in my last video, I wanted to prevent my hair from unraveling. And so on this vacation, I went ahead and flat twisted my hair straight back. And I'll show some pictures of what that looked like. It was my intention to keep the style in my hair while swimming to prevent any further like unraveling of sorts, or slippage, I should say, of sorts. I did start my hair with the 2-strand twist method, and so one of the challenges that I have been experiencing is just the unraveling of the 2-strand twist and having to like twist the hair over again. And so to prevent that, I said, okay, let me go ahead and flat twist my hair. First day of vacation, my hair was flat twisted straight back. I really didn't care about how it looked. It wasn't perfect at all. It wasn't completely straight. It wasn't completely even. I do think that this time, like the second time around of me flat twisting my hair, it looked way better than the first time, but it still wasn't like perfect. But I didn't really care. I didn't really mind. I just wanted to ensure that my hair was like tucked away. I swam with my hair flat twisted, and it was great. It did what it was supposed to do. However, I did notice that one of the twists, obviously my hair is shorter, one of the twists began to unravel from like getting into the ocean. And so I did at one point while I was on the beach, I had to like do the flat twist over again. But outside of that, that was it. However, the flat twist did not last. It lasted for all of, I want to say, a day. Okay, shout out to me documenting all of this, because this is actually the evening of day 1 of vacation. I actually took the flat twist out that evening. Before, I just was like, okay, forget this. I'm going to let my hair be free. So the second day of vacation, I took the flat twist out and I just let my hair rock. I just let it do its thing. I got into the ocean without the flat twist, and as a result, I did experience some slippage. One of my locks, and I'll show you that lock in a moment, it completely slipped all the way out, and I don't even think I realized until like 2 days later that I experienced like immense slippage. And this is the first time that one of my locks actually completely slipped out in this area. I did have a lock slip out in the front, but because it's like on the edge of my hair, that's at the perimeter, that is more common. So with that lock slipping out, I was a little surprised, but I'm like, okay, I am getting in the water. And like I mentioned in my last video, I didn't want to have to wash my hair every day that I swam. I thought that that would be overkill. And I obviously don't want to like dry my hair out. Some of the things that I noticed, the salt water definitely helped, I think, to, what can I say? It definitely helped my hair to feel, one, it was dry, but it felt a little more coarse. I'll say that. So it definitely felt a little more coarse, and I could imagine if I was swimming in the ocean more often that it would possibly aid in the locking process. Another thing that I realized is that my hair did get tangled, like in the root areas. There was a lot of like tangling. Like I said, I didn't wash my hair every day. What I did was I used the Taliah Waajid spray to, like, it was a cleansing spray that I shared in my previous video. I also added below in the description for your reference. I kind of sprayed my scalp for the first 2 days with that Taliah Waajid spray, and I just went ahead with a rag and kind of just like cleansed my scalp. However, I wasn't like, my scalp wasn't particularly like itchy during the first 2 days of me swimming. It was like completely fine. I honestly believe that I didn't even use the spray the first day that I swam. I just kind of went swimming, took a shower, and just allowed the steam to like penetrate my scalp. I believe it was like the second day that I was like, okay, let me go ahead and like cleanse my scalp. Now, my birthday was on the 9th of September, and so I did have dinner reservations that night, and I knew that I was going to have to wash my hair. And so I also, for the first time, washed my hair at the 4-month mark. In my last video, I shared that my loctician did give me 2 samples of the shampoos that she uses in my hair. This one is the Design Essentials Tea Tree shampoo, so it has like a tingly feeling, which I really, really love. That kind of just really penetrates my scalp, and it just feels good. And then she uses a hydrating shampoo, which is her own shampoo. It's like a grapefruit hydrating shampoo. When I washed my hair, I used both of these, and boy, did my scalp need it. I was in the sun, I was in the ocean, and so while I don't necessarily have itchy scalp, I definitely felt the need to cleanse my hair. And after I washed my hair, my scalp felt so much better. But one of the things I realized is that my hair was really dry. My hair was so dry. On my trip, I brought with me some of my rose, the Heritage Store. Ooh, okay, that's not the Heritage Store rose water. However, I noticed that the rose water, after washing my hair, swimming, the heat, because it was really, really hot, the rose water didn't really moisturize my hair as much, me specifically. And I was like, man, I wish I had my Beauty Coco Almond leave-in conditioner with me on this trip. Now, my leave-in conditioner is finished. Actually, there is a little bit in there. I'm gonna go ahead and use that. Literally like a little bit. My leave-in conditioner is finished, so I couldn't bring this on the trip, but I quickly realized how much, all right, there we go, how much this really just moisturizes my hair. And obviously my hair is color treated, and so I was a little wary about the dryness of my locks. At this point, I thought to myself, I'm like, okay, my retie appointment, as you know, I'm currently on a 6-week retie schedule, and my next appointment was scheduled for September 19th, which would have been today. However, on vacation, hair is really dry. Swimming also kind of, I think, loosened up my roots that much more. And so I was in need of a professional wash and a retie. And as I mentioned, I did have some slippage. So I was like, you know what? My aunt has beautiful sister, and her loctician is located in Florida, where I was on vacation. And so I was able to reach out to my aunt and ask her if she could reach out to her loctician to see if I could get an appointment. And thankfully, her loctician was able to grant me an appointment in between 2 appointments. And so I got my retie at the 5th week mark in Florida, and my retie was on, it was last week, Tuesday was when I had the retie scheduled. And so right at the 5th week mark, which was perfect for me. Now, it was interesting because I've been getting my hair consistently retied by my loctician. And so this is my first time, I guess you could say, like kind of cheating on my loctician. But I was excited because I was like, this will give me a chance to just get some additional feedback. My aunt's loctician is a certified sisterloc consultant. My loctician is not. My loctician is actually new to doing locks. She installed her own locks and they look great. She is a hairstylist and she has been doing hair for some time now. However, Microlocs is new to her business model. And so it was wonderful to at the very least get some feedback from, I guess you could say, like a more seasoned loctician, specifically someone that is certified in sisterlocs, which to me is like are the like originator of the tiny lock system or the interlocking system from what I know. So I was able to get my hair retied. Seeing a new loctician today, I'm gonna get some feedback on my hair and likely also have my hair retied by her. I'm due for retie. I am on vacation, so I'm not home, and the date that I booked for my appointment back home, it actually is running neck and neck with the time that I need to be at work. And so I had to do a little bit of creative problem solving. So while I'm on vacation, my aunt has sister locks and her hair is beautiful, and the loctician that has been doing her hair is doing specifically sister locks, tiny locks, way before the loctician that was currently doing mine. And so I think it would be cool to have someone who has spent a little more time in the space, if you will, just provide me some feedback, and also for the opportunity for her to retie my hair and maybe see if there's any like differences or what the similarities are, just to see what that is like. So trying something new today, and I'll keep you all posted. She did wash my hair. Some of the things that I noticed was she used a different shampoo, obviously. She used and I'll include a picture, the Melaleuca cleansing as well as the Melaleuca moisturizing shampoo. She washed my hair about 3 times, and it felt great to obviously have my hair washed by someone else, especially because I had been spending a ton of time swimming, as well as, like I said, it was very hot in Florida. If you live in Florida, then you know, like, it was so hot. And so I felt like that also kind of added to like some of the coarseness of my hair and just like the integrity of my hair. Like, it was wonderful to get that like heat on my scalp, as well as like being able to swim in the ocean. But I definitely realized how dry my hair was, and I don't know if that was from like me swimming excessively and not maybe having the right thing to use on my hair afterwards to retain moisture, but my hair was really dry. And so I realized that I was having a lot of shedding with my color. And so being able to get my hair done while in Florida was great. She washed my hair 3 times with the Melaleuca shampoo, and I really liked the shampoo. The only difference is that it didn't have like that tingly feeling that the Design Essentials shampoo gives me. So I guess that was like a thing, but I think she did a wonderful job at just really shampooing my hair. Then she began my retie. Similar to what my loctician does, she sat me under the dryer for a little bit. I got to like dry my hair, and then she began the retie. One of the first things I noticed was that her rotation was different from the rotation that my loctician uses. So from what I know, my understanding, my loctician does the 2-point rotation. The loctician that did my hair in Florida, she did a 3-point rotation. She shared with me that based on the texture of my hair, she thinks that a 3-point rotation would be best for the integrity of my locks. But what I really loved about her was just her transparency around saying that, you know, every loctician has a different technique. She kind of looked over my hair and she said that whatever it is that my loctician is doing, it's working, because she didn't really see any holes in my locks, and my locks are well taken care of thus far. And so I was really relieved. I'm like, okay, great. Another thing I noticed with this loctician is that I guess you can say, like, because of her being sisterloc certified, the tool that she uses is different. My loctician utilizes the crochet tool, like the longer crochet tool, the pink and green one. And then this loctician used like this sisterloc tool, and it was a metal tool, I believe. And my roots were so tangly. I feel like in comparison to my previous reties, this retie, I felt every single rotation. Every time she like straightened my parts, I felt my hair, like, I just felt the pressure, and I could feel like my hair being like pulled apart, not in like a bad way, but it was tangled. And so I just felt every movement that she made in my scalp. I felt it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this retie session, but I made it through. And I feel like she was like so precise. Like, it has been today makes a week since I got my hair retied, and I feel like she retied this all the way like to my scalp. Like, she laid these locks down. And so I was like, okay, there was a bit of a difference there, but overall, I'm extremely satisfied. I thought that the price, there would be like a big price difference, but there wasn't. It was like maybe like a $5 difference between the price that she charged me to retie my hair and the price that I pay currently with my loctician. And so again, I just felt really relieved to learn that, you know, the technique that my loctician is using, it's working. Although this person is certified, she kind of attested and affirmed to the fact that I don't have any holes in my hair, and that whatever rotation is being used, it's working. But she did a 3-point rotation in my hair, and like I said, I must say I am really satisfied with the work that she performed. I was able to ask her questions and she thoroughly answered them. She has sisterlocs as well, and so it just felt really good to again have my hair done by a sisterloc consultant. And so I want to show you all one of the new products that I am using. It's not new to my hair at all. When I was a loose natural, it was a product that I used, especially when I had protective hairstyles while I was in Florida. As I said, the rose water, it wasn't really moisturized on my hair, and my hair was really, really thirsty. And so I was able to purchase the Nourishing plus coconut oil weightless hydrating oil mist for my hair while I was on vacation. And this was a lifesaver for me because it really just moisturized, gave me the moisture that I needed. During my retie, one of the things that I noticed was that the loctician also utilized a like lemongrass, which I'll add this as well, add some photos of what she utilized, like a balm, a lemongrass balm that smelled really good. She added that to my color because she also noticed that my color was a little dry. And like I said, I went ahead and I purchased the weightless misting hydrating oil mist. I used it as a loose natural and I really love it because it's not heavy at all, but it does a wonderful job at moisturizing your hair. And as you can see, I was using this in Florida because baby, that heat, I needed all of the moisture that I could get. And so I was happy that I was able to purchase that. I am going to be repurchasing my Beauty leave-in conditioner spray because I do think that that spray does a wonderful job at moisturizing my hair, especially as we transition into the winter months and it gets a little colder. and I'm gonna be like covering my hair with hats and such more, I want to make sure that I'm retaining as much moisture as possible. So this is what my retie is looking like so far. And as I mentioned, she just really laid my hair so well. It's a week and my scalp still looks really great. I'm interested to see how this ages in comparison to my reties that I get done by my loctician. But my hair has grown. It looks, I think, a little fuller. For sure. And what I really appreciated about this retie that I got was that dun, 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 I have locks. I have little baby locks. If you all remember in the beginning of my lock journey as a loose natural, I shared that I shaved the nape of my hair. And so when I got my locks installed, my hair was way too short for my loctician to actually install locks back there. We had been waiting for my hair to grow out before she went ahead and installed locks. However, I got my hair retied by a different loctician, and that loctician was actually able to catch the back of my hair, which I don't even think this is like an inch or maybe it's about an inch of hair. But what I really appreciate was, because this loctician is sisterloc certified, the way that she installs locks is a little different. And so obviously this isn't started with a 2-strand twist at all. It's actually installed the way that a sisterloc, or an interlock, I guess you can say, is installed, by like knotting the end of the lock and then interlocking the roots. So I have 8 baby locks back here. She did advise me to avoid swimming or getting it wet. However, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely went to the beach the next day. And I really tried not to get my hair wet, but the back of it got wet. And I will say, thankfully, they haven't unraveled at all. So again, this loctician, she did the damn thing with installing these locks, because I feel like they're like really secure. Obviously, I'm going to be mindful going forward. And as I mentioned, I had one of my locks slip out, and so she had to reinstall this one here. And as you can see, this lock is, in comparison to my other locks, this lock is very skinny because of the way that it was installed. My other locks were installed using the 2-strand twist method. My loctician braided the root a little bit, and then she went ahead and twisted the ends, and then she interlocked the root of it. However, this one was not started like that, and so it's a lot more condensed, if you will, in comparison. And I think a lot of times for people considering sister locks, this is what people are kind of like apprehensive about, that like scantily look. And so if the entirety of my head was installed using this method, it probably wouldn't look like this right away. Obviously, over time it swells, and so it will swell. And so I'm interested to see how this specific lock matures in comparison to the others. She also reinstalled this guy here, and again, the method that was used is a different method, and so I'm interested to see how this kind of holds up. My loctician did create a lock here, but after a while it just kind of slipped out, and so she reinstalled it using the sisterloc method, and so I'm interested to see how that holds up. She also reinstalled this one, which is another one that has kind of continued to slip out. And so I'm interested to see how these hold up, if they are going to slip, if they're going to hold up a little longer. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely let you all know in the weeks to come. But yes, this is what my hair is looking like thus far at 4 months. I haven't really done anything different to my hair. I'm still at a 6-week retie, on a 6-week retie schedule. I could even push it to 8 weeks if I like, but I think right now 6 weeks works best. This time around, I did retie my hair at the 5-week mark. So 1 week earlier, but again, swimming in the sun, sweating in my scalp, I definitely think doing it at 5 weeks was completely okay. It's not that much of a difference. I am not currently washing my hair on my own. I did wash it while I was on vacation, but other than that, I completely intend to just have my loctician wash it whenever I go for my retie. But my loctician did give me the green light to wash my hair on my own if I felt like I needed to wash it prior to having my hair retied. I did speak to this loctician about braiding and banding. When I washed my hair on my own, I don't think I mentioned this, I did not braid and band it. I was like, I don't have time for that. But it held up pretty fine. Like, I was able to just kind of like wash it. I was obviously very mindful to not agitate it too much, but I definitely got into my scalp. And when this loctician actually washed my hair, she definitely like really got in there. So I didn't really have any slippage outside of what kind of already slipped out, which was the lock that I showed you back here. This slipped out from swimming, and then because this is literally on the edge of my hair, this slipped out, and this guy slipped out here. But other than that, everything really stayed in place. So, you know, I guess braiding and banding isn't necessarily something that I have to do. I am still experiencing unraveling of like the 2-strand twists, and not like excessive unraveling, but like where the ends will sometimes periodically split. I'm trying to find one. I am noticing though, as the months go on, that my hair isn't unraveling. Like the 2-strand twists, they're not unraveling as much, but I still have some unraveling in spaces. Like, for instance, just trying to show a good example, this one, you see like that split, and I just go ahead and like 2-strand twist them over again. Sometimes I just kind of leave them alone, but for the most part, I'll go in and I'll just 2-strand twist it down. But yeah, that's my 4-month update. My hair is, I'm really liking how it's growing out so far. Excited to see what the coming months will bring. I will definitely keep you all updated. Please, if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them below. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.